Hey, hey, freaks, geeks, and elites. We're Marley and AJ, and we're here to serve you a 3-course meal of this fortnight's hyper-focused flavors.
So place your napkins, because you know things in our kitchen gonna get messy, and let's get into it.
And we're on.
And everyone stay really, really quiet or Greer might find us.
We're recording episode 9.
We are.
Which means when we're done with this, we will hopefully have, if we've talked enough, we will hopefully have reached episode 10.
I don't think us not talking enough is the problem.
No.
So we're going for a bit more of a relaxed episode this time around. We're gonna take a couple of weeks of a break and do restock, so we just thought we'd go a bit more chill, talk a bit about, fun things like the games that we like, what our plans are for, short-term goals that we might be setting ourselves up for during this little hiatus that we have, and then talk to you a bit about what our plans for after we come back from the hiatus. Huzzah!
Yes. Exciting.
The word hiatus just makes it sound like we're going on a 3-month sabbatical or something, not a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, but it sounds very official and professional.
It does, doesn't it? Yes.
It's not like this is some side hobby where we're just parking it for a couple of weeks.
Look, we are averaging 4 listens an episode. We are professionals now.
I noticed, so, we upload the episodes to archive.org, right?
Yep.
And they have their own analytics, and we had a few views on there.
Ooh, how very exciting.
Got to talk about it. 404 views. I don't know if that's just people hitting the main page or, I don't know what the details are of that.
So, AJ, tell us about your favourite...
Yes.
Let's start with the computer games, shall we? Computer games.
Okay, so I'm a long-time computer gamer since I got my first computer when I was 7 years old, which doesn't sound that amazing these days, but when you consider that was 1986, that was pretty unusual, and immediately began my career playing anything that had been ported to the Apple II, which was like Frogger, and there was one called Sammy Lightfoot, which I think was kind of a Donkey Kong ripoff sort of thing. There was a Conan platformer where you had to run around a castle and you had this dagger that you would throw that would come back to you. But what am I playing right now? I'm very sucked into this game called Vintage Story, which started life, I understand, as a Minecraft mod, but is a million times more pedantic and in some ways more realism based than Minecraft. So it's very similar in that if you play it in survival mode, you kind of have to build a house to keep yourself safe, and you have to go find food, and you can set up a little homestead and grow your own things, but it starts out with your first tools are all Stone Age level tools, so you have to find pieces of flint and stone on the ground and then nap them into knives and things that you can then use to continue to manipulate the world around you and set yourself up to survive. And it has a lot of flexibility in it. I've put it on the most easy mode possible, and I still manage to die all the time, but basically everything in the game can eat you. So I had to kind of turn off the aggression of the animals and stuff, because there's wolves and foxes and stuff, and I managed to avoid getting killed by wolves, and then I'd be running around and a fox would run up randomly and bite me and I'd die, so I also spent a lot of time falling down holes, and I think we posted one thing on Facebook about how I managed to burn down my first house while I was trying to fire some pottery. So it's very hardcore, similar to Minecraft in some ways with the kind of visuals, but it's a lot prettier than Minecraft. It's less cartoony, but I really like the fact that it's almost kind of all of my hobbies have this element of primitivism, you do have to grow flax so you can turn that into flax fiber that you can weave into cloth. that stuff like that. So I've been a little bit obsessed with that one. But the other one that I'm playing video game wise at the moment is with my spouse, Mr. Wiggins. He and I have a long time played Borderlands series, and we, even though it's not the newest one, we've started playing Borderlands 3 together, and you just run around and shoot things, and it's silly and over the top, and it makes us laugh. Although this one doesn't seem to be the best one in the series. It's a little bit weird and buggy, and there's stuff that slightly annoys us, but we're still having fun. You get BFGs and shoot at crazy guys and stuff.
Is Borderlands the one that Tiny Alice Adventures or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny Tina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yep, that's the one. It's sort of drawn in a cartoony-ish style, and very tongue-in-cheek.
I mean, it looks it does sort of look like it would appeal to me. The clips I've seen of the Tiny Tina stuff, and Crimson Lamb has been trying to get me to play Borderlands for quite some time now. But I've never
If you can tolerate any level of first-person shootery kind of stuff, it's
look, if they're single-player games, yes, I can. Multiplayer, no, because I suck at first-person shooters. I really, really, really do.
Yeah, same.
So
I'm terrible at it, but we still have fun anyway.
I used to be auto-invite to the Unreal tournaments and whatnot, because I was easy prey for everyone. So.
You were the one who was always going to go down first. Do you like base building games? Tell me more about this.
I do.
I imagine that there's not that much difference between that and something like a Vintage Story. It probably is fairly similar.
So yeah, I started I started with the base building because I didn't even know that was a thing. Because Crimson Llama and his bestie Jazz convinced me to play Ark with them, and
okay,
and they were just like, come on, you can catch dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come and catch dinosaurs. But then I was more interested in actually building the base, and I would fly around the whole island looking for the best views to build this beautiful base with a gorgeous view over a waterfall. Then I'd go out and tame some dinosaurs. I had very strange, interesting naming conventions. Pretty much anything that was a flying dinosaur was called Flappy.
Makes sense.
Anything that looked like Littlefoot was called Littlefoot. All Triceratopses are called Sarah. Proper naming convention. From there I went on to Raft. Then Planet Crafter. Then a whole downward slope that was like, what was after Planet Crafter? Was Subnautica was actually after Planet Crafter.
Subnautica looks cool. That's probably one I could spend a lot of time in.
Yeah.
We haven't had a PC to game on in a very long time, so
I do recommend.
That kind of limits my options at the moment, but yeah.
Then there's like Aloft and Astronomica.
That sounds hard to say.
It is, because it's not Astronoma, it's Astrometica, something like that.
Okay.
Forever Skies, a few others. I just like building things. Then on the flip side, I like things like Talos Principle, where it's like D puzzle sort of games. Yeah. So there was that, and one called Cubed, and a few others at the time that I really enjoyed, and I've run all shit out of new ones. I even finally got around to playing Portal, because it turns out same sort of genre.
I loved Portal.
I liked Portal.
That was so good.
Talos Principle is still I preferred over it. Yeah, I did like Portal. But I started my computer life with the old cassette tape Tandy.
Oh, yeah. That's some premium quality computing.
Yeah. And I believe the first game I played on there was like some Donut King game or something, where like they throw donuts at you and I had to jump over them and stuff. Like very pre-King Kong era. So yeah, and then from there it was Sega Mega Drive, then Master Drive, and then we switched over to the Nintendos, and then over to the Sonys, and up through the consoles.
Yeah, I never had a console, so it was all like from about the whatever it would have been late 80s, early 90s. It was always PC gaming until I moved out on my own, and then I got a PlayStation. And that was the first time I ever was able to use a gaming console.
Have you seen the retro devices they brought out that plug into your TV? So they're preloaded with like 178 old Atari games.
Yeah.
So it looks like an old... I've got the Atari one and I've got the old Super Nintendo one.
Yeah.
So, and I've played them
If
for
I wanted to
maybe all up
play
about an hour.
Yeah, if I wanted to play any console games, I had to like go to a friend's house and play Super Mario Brothers or something.
Weirdly, my go-to nostalgia one is still, I think it was called Lunar Rover. It was an old arcade game that they had in the laundromat in Canungra when we lived there. And you were like just a little Lunar Rover and you had to like jump over things and so, but
That sounds cool.
I went to one of the Microsoft conventions back in, I want to say 98, maybe 99. I think it was 98 though. And the big finale was Sega Land, and they had Lunar Rover there, and I was so happy.
Oh,
I was
cool.
so happy. So I spent most of my night there playing Lunar Rover.
Yeah. I think I already mentioned this when you were over in Sydney, but my platonic ideal of video games were all the Commander Keen series. I loved those games. They were super fun, and I could just play them over and over.
I still love the, the Heroes of Might and Magic turn-based build your army, go off, conquer.
Okay.
Those ones. Yeah. And I used to really enjoy the Quest for Glory Sierra games, the really old role-play games.
I played a lot of Sierra games, and Monkey Island and things like the sort of point-and-click adventure game type things that were puzzly and stuff. Like Monkey Island is definitely way up there. But yeah, Commander Keen was definitely my favorite.
And I think we were talking about this the night while I was up in Sydney when we were having dinner. So Sierra the Realm was the first online multiplayer game that I played. Yeah. But I
didn't really do MMO RPGs or anything really. That was one that just wasn't for me.
I basically just wandered around getting lost until I ended up in an area with things that were too big and would kill me. And they re-released it, and I was playing, I think last year I got myself an account and I started playing again, and I basically still play that way. I wandered around and got lost until something too big found me and killed me.
Yep.
Yeah, some things don't change. As long as I'm happy and having fun, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
How about board games then?
So, we have board games, card games, and other adjacent genres. I am a huge card game person, so I basically got taught a whole bunch of card games by my parents. I learned to play cribbage at a pretty early age, which is a pretty complicated one, and just always liked playing card games. And then when I got into uni, I got really into like trick-taking games like Spades and Pinochle and stuff like that.
500 Canasta.
500? I haven't played Canasta. That's
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
It's really not that different.
Okay.
We used to play those in high school. Like, those of us who, if we went out into the public areas would get beat shit. We'd go into the support room.
Shelter in a room.
Shelter in a room and play Canasta. Yeah.
Nice. So maybe a year or two ago. So I have a friend from Germany that I do TTRPGs with. So like once a week on Fridays, I meet up with some friends. We jump on a Discord channel and we play some kind of tabletop role-playing game. But some nights, if there's not a critical mass of people are sick or away or whatever, we'll fall back on something else, or we'll just like chat and stuff. And this particular night, there were just three of us, but my German friend showed us this site where you can like play all these different board games online together, and he introduced me to this one called Wizard, which is very similar to like Spades or Hearts, where it's a trick-taking game. And so the three of us played that, and that was super fun. And then so the next Christmas, I found it at Hobbyco and I grabbed it. And so I got the kids playing it with me every now and then. Not as much as I'd like, but yeah, we do play other card games together. And usually like once a week or so we'll go across the road, which is a pub, and we'll have dinner at the pub and we'll play cards together while we're waiting for the food to arrive. But we also, I think it was about 2 years ago, we finally decided to get Settlers of Catan. So we
no.
Holiday.
Trauma response. No, abort.
Can't be as bad as Monopoly. Come on, Monopoly is the worst game to play with your family ever.
Do you know how many versions of Monopoly exist in this house? Because Daniel's favourite game is Monopoly.
Yeah,
and
of course it is.
Fairly sure it has nothing to do with playing Monopoly. It has to do with his goal being to tear couples apart.
Yep.
I mean, casual game nights here, when it's like just me, Daniel, Jazz, and Jum, tend to be like Skippo Phase 10, we
have a lot of Uno games. We have like about 3 decks now that have just melded into one giant deck.
There is a version, what's it called? No Mercy. No, don't play it. Don't play it.
Okay.
So, supposedly, one of the official rules is if you get more than 25 cards in your hand, you're automatically out, right?
Yeah.
They don't play that rule. Because like with the cards that are in there, it's too easy to get to 25, right? So it just keeps building and building until there's no deck there. Your hand is like this because it comes with a bigger pack. Anyway, we were playing it, right? So they brought it over and were playing it. About 2 hours in, I was like, does this game ever end? And they're like, well, you can cry mercy.
2 hours.
There's a rule in there they never bothered telling me that you can just cry mercy and fold. So I'm like, we are never playing No Mercy, in this. Nope. I like the flip, flip. I like that one.
Okay.
Regular, I like, because it's not actually a game that goes on and on and on, but No Mercy.
It's basically Crazy Eights with a few fancy cards, right?
So, yeah. I suppose in order of the card games we play, I actually prefer Skippo or Phase 10 at the top, then Uno. So, but we've been exposed to a lot of interesting and different games, thanks to the Greers, mostly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess my favourite's still Mysterium. I really like Mysterium.
Okay. I haven't encountered that one before, so I'm going to have to check that one out.
The premise is like you're in a haunted mansion and someone's being killed, and one person is a ghost trying to communicate with all the other players who are mediums. And have you ever played Dixit?
No.
Oh, okay, so doesn't help to say it's kind of like Dixit. You're communicating through cards, so you give people different cards, and so that they can try and piece together the who, the what, the where, and then at the end, if they've done it quick enough, you've got enough time to try and figure out which one was the real scenario. So it's actually like a team game.
Like Cluedo, but more cooperative.
It's a bit cooperative. The ghost is not allowed to talk at all. They can only communicate through those. So yeah, check it out. It's fun. Okay. I really enjoy it. Dixit's actually fun too. Telestrations is another one that's very much a go-to on our game nights. You would be familiar with because it was actually like the virtual game was work. Like the standing game time at work.
Yes.
So, yeah, for those listening at home, Greg, you can have a nap now because you know this. It's kind of a cross between Chinese whispers and Pictionary. So you've got like a little flip book whiteboard notepad, and the first person picks the word, and the second person looks at the word, draws the word, and the next person can only see that drawing and has to guess what the word is, and the next one sees the word and has to draw what that word is, until you get all the way around the end and see how badly people cocked it up.
How much did it drift from the original concept?
Yeah, it's usually pretty fun with us because we don't bother playing with the cards, we just pick from ourselves what we want to do.
Yes.
Greer is a pain in the ass because he usually picks concepts, like ideals and shit.
Things that are very hard to draw.
Yes. Meanwhile, at the other end of the spectrum, you have my sister, who tends to pick things like blowjobs. Just because, why not? We're all adults here.
Just to get everyone to draw.
Yes.
To try and draw
yes.
a dick.
Pretty much. So, yeah. One Night Werewolf's another one we all enjoy playing. But I think most of us nowadays really enjoy playing it to watch Mrs. Greer and Beth go at it. So, those two have basically developed a game within a game at this point, where they don't care if they're the werewolf or not. They are no longer interested in winning the game. They're too interested in fucking with each other. So, like, Beth will say, I was the seer, and then Louise will go, that's interesting, because I was the seer, even if she wasn't. Just to... So she got no interest in trying to hide if she was the werewolf or anything like that. So everyone's sort of sitting back going, well, we don't know if either one of them is the werewolf. We basically have to look at everyone else and decide.
Yeah, to just filter those two out and then try and work.
But it's so entertaining to watch them go, because Beth gets so frustrated with it, and Louise is just so hella amused by it that she just goes all in. And you sit there pissing yourself laughing at these two going for him. And yeah, it's reached the point where the game is no longer the point anymore with that game.
Yeah. The only experience I've had that's somewhat adjacent to that is playing Munchkin with my usual TTRPG crowd. So have you ever heard of Munchkin?
I've played Munchkin once.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it, but once.
We would play Munchkin, but then it all became about negotiations and who was teaming up against who.
So kind of like Risk.
Yeah, basically. But, like, yeah, it was like, look, they're, 3 points away from winning, so who's going to pig pile with me on them and throw in, like, Wandering Monster after Wandering Monster, completely trash them back down to the bottom, and then, like, factions would evolve.
And another one that's probably would actually be fun for your twins, it's called Cash and Guns, and it's a bluffing game. And the game actually comes with foam guns as well. So it goes in rounds.
They like games with props, definitely.
So everyone gets a number of bullet cards, a number of blanks cards, right? And it goes in rounds. So the first round is like the heist, where everyone gets the jewels and money and everything that's going on. The next round is you decide who to point your gun at around the table. And then it's the bluffing round of, do I have a real bullet or a blank? And the person who, you're pointing the gun at has to decide whether or not they're going to yield and give their stuff and stay in the game, or if they're going to take the risk of being shot. So, and it keeps going until you run through all the bullet cards. So, can be a lot of fun, and it tends to have a lot of, Danielle pointing foam guns at me. I'd take that personally, but... I point them right back at him, so,
Fair is fair.
So, I think the twins probably enjoy that one, actually.
Yeah, they would probably... Their favourite one for card games is probably Exploding Kittens.
I like Exploding Kittens.
Yeah. So, they like... And what's the other one that we have? Happy Salmon, I think it is, and...
Have you ever played...
We have one other one by the same guy who does all of those games.
Have you ever played Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza?
Yes, they have that one.
I lost a fingernail playing that game. Like an actual, not fake ones, a real one. There was blood everywhere.
Yes, I can believe that. That game's brutal.
Oh yeah.
The other one that we have that I refuse to participate in is Slam Witch. So it's kind of like you have a deck that is sandwich ingredients.
Ooh.
So like there's slices of bread and there's like pickles and ham and fried egg and like there's certain each person takes a turn putting down a card and you don't see what it is until it's flipped.
Yep.
And then if certain sequence of cards have occurred, then you have to smack the pile to collect the whole pile. But there's also like sandwich thieves. So if one of those goes down, you have to yell "stop thief" and then slam. And so there's a lot of slamming your hands down and people get injured, just like with Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza.
There's two others that just popped into my mind. So there's Trial by Trolley, and it's done by Cyanide
Is
Happiness.
that like a trolley? Yeah, that's the trolley problem one. I think we got that.
So you have two groups
last birthday,
and you have the starting person. So it might be like Hitler and your mum, and the one person who's deciding which lever to pull, and the two teams have to pitch to you why you should kill the other team. And then the next round they have to add an add-on to it. So Hitler might cure cancer, and your mum might, be a secret serial killer. So they build on it.
Yes.
Where I think the other team puts bad stuff on your cards to make them more tempting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets to be quite funny with some of the sales pitches. We had one sales pitch there one time where it was something crazy, like, Hitler, who, did even worse things and worse things and worse things, and still Beth's team made a compelling argument for why you should keep them alive and run over. It's really, really interesting.
So it's good to have good persuasion and charisma then.
Right, yeah. Yeah. So, well, you started last time, so I guess I'll start with the goal, shall I?
Yes.
Look at me
By
go.
all means. After you.
No. So after our habits session, both of us sort of went away and had a look at, Habitica, and started thinking about what sort of goals and stuff that we wanted to do. So I've been working on that. But my immediate, and these are big ticket goals, is I am planning to take another run at quitting coke and smoking. So wish me well with that.
Yes.
And wish Daniel all the luck living with that.
As a child of a smoker, watching my dad quit, that was really hard. It was very grouchy for a chunk of time.
Yeah.
But it's a noble goal, and I wish you all the luck and support I can give you on that one.
Yeah.
And do you have a soda stream?
I do not have a soda stream. I've always wanted a soda stream. Well, we have one as kid.
Good way to get rid of your craving for carbonated beverages is just get some fizzy water, I think. That's my theory.
I've stocked up on red cordial, so I'm just going to switch one sugar for another. Should be fantastic.
Maybe you can just step down. It's like a nicotine patch kind of approach.
That's how I've done it previously. Like when I've given up Coke, I actually usually go from Coke to tropical drink. Actually, so juices before stepping down again. But I don't know. This time I've just decided screw it. And my best attempt at quitting smoking was quitting for spite. And I'm not feeling particularly spiteful about anything at the moment, so I'm a little bit worried about how that one's going to go. You laugh, but spite is a real motivator, okay?
I believe you. Maybe you can spin it into somehow making yourself more of someone to be contended with when you're having heated discussions about how certain projects should go.
Look, realistically, I'm trying to spin both of them into the ultimate goal, which is I would like to be in less pain physically, which means I need to lose weight.
Yeah.
I would also like to maybe not die alone, so I feel like losing weight and getting some of my health stuff under control is beneficial for that goal as well. So
yeah, and it's showing that you're caring for yourself and committing to your long-term health and well-being.
But I've already made some of the smaller steps, so I've actually been really quite good with Habitica, unlike some people.
Unlike some people on this call who suggested it and then totally fucking flaked out.
But that's okay. We've fixed that problem now. We're going to add you into my task list so that I nag you to remember to do.
No, I will get better. I don't know what happened to it. It stopped sending me notifications at some stage. It was...
The poor thing's probably sitting there going, look, there's only so many times I can remind you about things before I just feel rejected, okay?
I did join the second quest, so
Excellent.
that's done.
Excellent.
I just need to make it a thing. I need to put it on the first screen so that I won't, overlook it. Part of the problem is I have too many freaking apps, and I've hidden this one away on, a back screen, so I can't see that it's got, 5 things that it wants me to do right now.
Mine's right on my last screen as well, but I flick through my screen so often looking for things that I've forgotten where they are.
Put it here in front of my feed reader so that I will, before I go to my RSS feed reader, I will see that one.
Excellent. Sweet.
Now,
If anyone...
this is how I have to trick myself into doing things.
If any of our listeners out there are checking out Habitica as well, feel free to poke us. We can invite you to our party and we can do quests together.
Yeah, and we can help each other and support each other. And
it makes it so much quicker to kill the dust bunnies. Come on! But yeah, it has been helping me be more consistent with eating the 3 meals a day. So now I'm going to build on that and add in some fruit snacks throughout the day as well. So we said in our habit forming, it's about slow build. Get some things under control and then add to them. So I'm also
taking the baby steps.
Yep. I'm also looking to increase my gym visits a week too. So at the moment I go in once for my personal training session a week. That's it. So if I can get to 2 a week, then yay, winning. But goals specifically for the podcast are definitely getting more organised and learning a bit more about the technical side of things. Mm-hmm. I definitely want to learn better sound stuff because, I'm a little bit worried about how much of my breathing and stuff is getting picked up by this microphone. Because it's starting to sound like I'm an asthmatic, emphysema-riddled 90-year-old whale wheezer.
It's just the microphone. You don't actually sound like that in real life.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, alright. As long as you say so, I'll believe it. Also, we were discussing before this started, trying to learn to talk slower so that, I'm clearer. I do have a tendency to get overexcited and talk very fast, and then I found that my jaw tends to clench and I sound a little bit weird. So, but, these are new things to learn. And then the last big goal for Marley is that I want to get better at the socials and how to better promote us to try and build our little community that we want.
Yeah.
Because if we don't figure this stuff out, we'll never get to 16 followers and I won't be able to quit my job.
Yeah, exactly. And then that really bodes badly for us creating the store because the store was 32 or 64 or something like that, right?
It was 8, sorry.
Oh, merch was 8.
Merch was the best thing, 8. Yeah,
that's
so
right.
I'm already planning the plush dinosaur.
Okay, that's fine. I did like your idea of trying out one of the the podcast Reddit.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a few out there and published first, and then find one I was particularly happy with, or we were particularly happy with, because there is one subreddit where it's a cross-promoting type one, and you're supposed to post the actual episode and say, here, this is live now, go listen to us ramble on about whatever the hell we're not really experts at. I mean, that's pretty much what half the podcasts out there are, right? Including us. Yeah. We're not experts at anything, we're just talking about our lived experience here and the things we read that gelled with us, but, if you want to take us as gospel, then I'm fine with starting a cult following.
You should actually listen to us about anything related to software project planning, because
we're experts at that. We really are. No sarcasms. No sarcasms.
If only everyone would listen to us about planning software projects. So after that tangent, AJ's goals. So I will start with my goals for the podcast because those are actually fairly similar in terms of maybe putting a little more forethought into planning podcast episodes, and now that we've just been playing around with format and getting into a rhythm with recording and uploading and all that stuff. Thinking about production quality, sound. I'm just using my built-in laptop microphone, so I don't even have an external microphone. It might be fun to actually play around with some of the more professional trappings of recording. And yeah, I think it would be good to have a bit more like thought about what I want to say in each episode, because right now we've been just keeping it pretty fast and loose and just whatever comes into our heads. But I did enjoy doing the book reviews and things like that, where I was a little bit more thinking ahead and actually kind of digging in. I had so many notes in my digital copy of the Grimoire Grammar School Parent-Teacher Association. I like doing stuff like that, and I want to do that a little bit more, but life has gotten kind of busy and lively, so I haven't been able to plan ahead as much. But beyond the podcast, goals in general, I've kind of let my blog go by the wayside a little bit, and I want to get back into writing and blogging a bit more. Like the free time that I was using to write blog posts, I'm now using to edit podcast episodes. So not that that's a bad thing, but I do want to make sure that I circle back to that. And I even had some thoughts about stuff that I wanted to post to my blog. Yeah, I mentioned that I've been pretty proud of myself for building up a good habit of going swimming every Sunday when my son's in swim class. And I get all these ideas while I'm swimming. But the problem is I'm in the pool. I need some way to like quickly write them down or something after I get out of the pool, so then I can circle back to them later. But I do have one that's stuck with me, where I was thinking about weird, old, obscure books that I read when I was, sort of primary school to, up till high school. And trying to track them down and reread them and like do a little bit of a sort of nostalgic view on the book, and a little bit of like, what's my adult take now that I'm, almost 50? How do I see that book now? And what's nostalgia and what's genuinely good? So I want to do something like that. I also would like to do more exercise. So yay me, I go swimming once a week and I walk a lot, and that's about it. I'm still mostly out of shape. I have a programmed 7-minute workout thing that I've literally been meaning to do for over 6 months, and it's like only 7 minutes, so it shouldn't be hard, but I find every excuse not to do it every single day. So that's one that I tried to use Habitica for, and my first baby step was just to go through the program and know what it is. But the website for this exercise plan annoyed me so much that was the thing that I was fighting against. It's really hard to get to the right video and like watch it and then go to the next video. I really hate the way they've structured it. So
is that something that we could be like virtual buddies for? Like I really
Probably.
need someone who can maybe help me be accountable for, exercising regularly. And
yes.
Are you like on like MyFitnessPal or something?
I used to have a MyFitnessPal thing ages ago, but I haven't used it. And I also had Runkeeper. Again, I haven't used it in a long time, because basically my smartwatch has an app for tracking when I do, like I can just push a button on my watch and then it tracks my swimming and like captures my heart rate and stuff like that. So that was a lot easier for me to use than some of the other ones. But I'd be more than willing to jump onto one of those if you need an exercise buddy.
Not just exercise buddy, but someone that can help like look at my my meal log as well, and make sure like if I legitimately and honestly track it there, that someone who's going to smack me on the wrist when they see me.
You have not eaten fruit today.
Not
Eat some
eaten
fruit.
Too many stupid things, whatever.
Yes.
My problem is never that I overeat. I don't eat much. I drink all my calories is the problem. I drink too much Coke. But yeah, I used to I tried to get Beth to be that sort of buddy, but we're both enablers. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'll go, I just wasn't feeling it today, and I was having a hard day and stress, and, you know, just, and she'll go, it's okay, we'll start tomorrow. It's like, I need someone to actually get cranky with me and put their foot down and go, I am very disappointed, Corinne.
Okay.
You know, so...
I'll try. I can be a little bit of
Yeah, I think you're probably an enabler as well. But I also
Yeah,
think
I
that,
am.
like, when you're given the permission that I need a hard ass,
Oh,
you
if
will
you
be.
tell me I'm allowed to be a hard ass, then I'll be the hard ass.
You're allowed to
sure.
be a hard ass.
Okay.
Don't be
all right.
mean,
As long as you,
but you need to be a hard
as
ass.
long as you promise you won't hate me forever.
I will not hate you forever.
I'll tell you that you're naughty.
Look, since I started personal training, just the personal training alone, I have lost about 10 kilos. Like
That's amazing.
Yeah, so my
Wow.
genes are actually loose on me now.
Okay, and then my last goal is just getting back to picking up a knitting project and working on it again. So again, I have my little Sydney terraces knitting. Well, they're not really squares, but they're like little rectangles. And they're really easy and portable, and I can do one pretty quickly, but I just haven't been using my nervous energy for that much lately, and I think it would be good to do that again. So those are mine. Yeah, use Habitica more to do all the other goals. Yeah. So yeah, I think let's team up a little bit more and use each other for
kick goals,
encouragement and also discipline.
Kick goals, make wins.
Yay! And so, should we move on to our final?
Yes. So our third G is goodbyes. So not permanent goodbyes, just that we are taking.
Goodbye for now.
Yes, we're just taking, a couple of weeks off to regroup, plan, restructure. We have some thoughts when we come back about maybe making things a little bit more streamlined so that we can, like AJ was saying a bit earlier, actually delve deeper into things. So instead of doing 3 topics, we'll do one that we might explore at more depth, and then just start episode out with just letting you guys know on a personal level what we've been up to and what we've been thinking about, and then dive into one solid topic and really explore it instead of trying to rush it and cram it into a short period because we've got 2 other things to talk about.
Because as much as we like to change the subject and go on tangents, we do also like to really pick something apart, I think, and we've kind of been feeling like we're trying to cover too much territory and not really kind of sink our teeth into something. So yeah,
realistically it's Marley's fault because Marley likes sets of 3s and she got really attached to the idea of 3 things that start with the same letter. So that was really all Marley's fault.
It's a good shtick.
It's a good shtick. I really like 3s.
I like
3 is
it.
a magic number. But we're still going to do 3s. We're going to do an intro session when we talk about us and what we've been up to, and then we'll do a deep dive, and then we'll do some little fun little tidbit to send people off with. So it's still 3 segments.
Yeah.
It's just that the ratio is a little different.
The ratio will be different, so we'll have an appetizer and a dessert, and the meaty main course in the middle.
Yep. And I'll just need to come up with a different naming convention for episodes. I'm sure I can come up with something appropriately
We'll definitely
weird.
come up with something. Yeah, and we will both enjoy it.
So, yeah, we need to restock, regroup, to make sure that we're getting what we wanted out of this as well, because at the moment we're enjoying it, but it's not really what we wanted to be doing, because everything's a little bit surface level. We wanted to tease things apart a bit more.
Well, we're learning, so we're going to take what we learned from the first 10 episodes, and we're going to circle back, and we're going to iterate and improve.
Yep.
Which is very agile.
You and your bloody agile, I swear.
I do like agile. I just think it's 99.9% of the time it's applied incorrectly.
I've never seen it applied well anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ever. Yeah, Marley also needs a couple of weeks of emotional time out as well, so
yeah.
I sadly lost one of my brothers this week, so I haven't really been in a great headspace for planning, plotting, doing this. I'm just sort of barely been getting through the work stuff that's been on this week. So, and it's going to be another busy few weeks as we get through the test and deployment phases of this major project we've been working on at work. So it makes sense to just press pause and regroup on the podcast so that we don't try and rush things and watch Molly have a meltdown. As much fun as that could be to watch, we've decided we don't want to publicise it.
We want to be able to continue having fun with this, and if there's other things going on that are stopping us from having fun, then we pause and wait till we're having fun again.
Yeah.
Because that's the important thing, right?
Yes, well, we don't really have a sign-off. We just sort of dribs and drabs, and I think that was part of Greer's complaint. We don't say goodbye. Goodbye, Greer!
Goodbye, Greer! Thanks for all the comments.
We love you.
Thanks for joining us on Moments of Madness. If today's antics sparked joy or a bewildered chuckle, give us a follow.
Check out our socials for more information or discussion on any of our topics today, or to recommend a book, movie, game, or topic for future episodes.
Until next time, keep waving those freak flags high and embrace the beautifully bizarre.